That's a lad there, Anthony Casey. I'm going to go over and say hello. And Anthony Casey, yeah? Do you want to say hello? Yeah. We're in a... Now, guys, I've just bumped into a man here. His name is Anthony Casey. Anthony, I don't think I've met you before, have I?
No, not.
You've kind of burst onto the scene here with nationalist Ireland, I suppose, and calling out the nonsense that's happening. And I've watched you myself online. I think you come across very well. You're very well spoken. You articulate the issues very well. So what made you decide to come down to Knock today?
Well, I think, particularly Knock, like our culture, our Christian culture, preserving what's here for the Irish. I think Knock has a special place in people's hearts, the Irish people's hearts. I know Nana would have came here in pilgrimage a lot lately. And I know, I've been told by bishops here and prayer rooms, there's Latin prayer being pushed aside for Muslim prayer to be brought in. The culture is already being taken over here. We don't want Sharia law in this country. Like we have to protect our kids and our women from this. And I remember 2007, the Irish Times said if Muslims are the majority, Sharia law will be in this country. And you can see that in other countries. I think it's important for us to stand out. We've called out a few churches that are closing the doors and unfortunately become an impasse. I think we send a message to the Vatican and the Catholic Church that the Irish people are showing up, they've spoken, and they want to preserve their Irish heritage and culture.
Unfortunately, here, our current Pope, they do talk about mass immigration. We have a duty of care to people and everything else. It sounds to me there's a globalist agenda sneaking in there.
You took the words out of my mouth, globalist agenda. And to go back, like the Roman Empire became the Roman Catholic Church. I'm a Christian by Christian values and the Christian creed, and there's a lot of people who deserve a place in their community to light their candles, to say their prayers and a bit of solace. So I think we need to stand up against it and send the message that the Irish people aren't happy. So it's very, very important to us. Knock is very important to us. All these places are very important to us. They're our landmarks. They're our culture.
If we look around Europe, the UK, especially lately now with the scandal of the rape gangs, Pakistani Muslim men, and there's no point in beating around the bush about this. This is an Islamic issue as well. I mean, these men seem to be culturally don't care about non-believers, kafir, whatever you want to call them, women and children. They're there for they're just meat.
They don't want to integrate at all, and this is the problem. They want to take over, and you can hear them shouting that. You can see these Christmas markets where they're running people down, and unfortunately this has bled into our school system, where I've unfortunately been around Carlow, Kildare, and seen the schools where the crosses are taken down off the wall. Instead is Mohammed and pride flags, indoctrination, destroying our values.
Two ideologies that couldn't be further apart.
And the Western world, whether people like it or not, was built on the Ten Commandments and the Judeo-Christian ethic.
I would argue Christian.
Yeah, Christian, yeah. No, 100%. And all I meant is that the Old and New Testament. So we have to, stand up and preserve it. And people will say, you're damn extremists out there doing that. Look, the terrible thing is, all these people here are being classed as extremists by, unfortunately, the majority of the country. So were the people who stood in the GPO by 80% of the country, and the media was all out against them. Now every young one and young man sings their songs in the pubs. They're the same people that spat on them. We have to remember that we have to look after. This is a matter of life and death. Like, how many more stabbings do we have to witness?
It is a matter of life.
How many more rapes? I believe there's a rape last night here.
Really?
Yeah.
In
That's
Knock?
What I was told in Knock. Was it Knock or Ballina?
Okay.
Either way, it's Mayo.
Either way,
and I
county,
heard, so and
well, I mean, look,
this is what Shinadine also was. I don't know if you heard about Shinadine in the media. That
I've heard of them,
That we're trying to bring these stories that aren't getting any traction, like yourself, to the limelight, to show people that this is what's going on in the community, by the community. There's no spin on this. So, look.
It needs to be done, and everyone here needs to spread awareness as much as they can.
Yeah.
Everybody listening to this needs to, there's nearly 3,000 people here looking at this now, and they all need to share and spread all the awareness that's going on. I mean, it is life and death. I mean, women and children are being murdered, raped, groomed, or whatever you want to call it, and we have people like Sinn Féin that are espousing Islam and think it's the best thing. When we look around Europe, and it hasn't worked anywhere, all it does is cause division.
I can't understand that. They're destroying their own country for themselves as well, unless they have a golden ticket to get out of here when the time comes, because things are changing in this country. A friend of mine came down, who wouldn't be political at all, from Ballyfermot to Carlow to meet me about a month ago, and he said, oh my God, what happened here? I believe there's 1,000 men due into Carlow. They do an old swap where they bring in the Ukrainian refugees and they swap them out. You see this in
Carlow town
Floods
has been
Cross.
decimated, yeah.
Decimated. You see this at Floods Cross. You've seen this everywhere. They've seen this with. Yeah, look, we're losing this battle. We're losing this fight every week, and if you know,
It's kind of baffling with the election. The people voted in the same parties again,
Yeah.
and it's like we felt like we have made them all aware of the immigration scam that's going on. We made them all aware that it's wrong, and they all, majority of people in the country believe it's wrong, but yet they still vote in the same people who are making it happen.
There's two things there. There's either cognitive dissonance, where people are just buried in their head on Netflix or whatever, or else there's two things. The Sinn Féin we put out, there's word about malpractice in them voting booths, and you know a bit about this as well. We said if there's actual malpractice, then send to sinnadine@gmail.com, and we got a load of stuff in, and we're mincing through that at the moment because it's very important. People say the democratic political route, nonsense, forget about it. If it's sickened me that people wouldn't have a democratic right in this country after what people fought for 100 years ago. So we need to sort that out. Whether that means knocking on Mandy McGrath's door or Karen Nolan saying we need a new voting system in this country because we're sceptical.
Absolutely.
So I think that has to be done. The Irish also deserve a viable...
Boxes should be monitored 24/7 by camera or witness or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle Keene's here. You heard all about that. You know, and you should have seen the stuff we got now. X's through numbers and everything. Unbelievable stuff. So
my ballot, one of my ballot boxes was a tally done, and RGE decided to put up a snippet about it, saying that I got one vote out of Newtown Kennedy, and that Simon Harris got 165 out of the same box. And I'll take the one. I'll say, okay, I only got one, but there's no way Harris got 165.
I know a family who voted for you, a full family. So that number one is nonsense. Like Newtown, Mount Kennedy are here. You know, they are aware. We've all seen the POW go through them. POU, you know, go through.
I'm not saying it's wholesale or whatever, but it's enough. There's no way Harris, in my opinion, got 30% from canvassing in Wicklow. 30% to the poll.
It's enough to be sceptical. I believe that we're one of the only two countries that still have this voting system. We need to come up to date. It's 2025, and you know that needs to be petitioned. And we need a viable political party, a real opposition party, not a Sinn Féin pretend put your hijab on. We need a real viable political party.
Coherent, and people who can, like yourself, I think, that can put a story together and articulate what's going on. We need more people like that. We need I'd love to see middle-aged women and men who have no political affiliations come out and just speak from the heart and see that and know what's going on is wrong.
It's robust policy as well. You can't keep beating the drum with a camera phone. You need to put a professional party forward who will tackle disability, be strong on immigration, be strong on pro-life, and a lot of these things that the globalist agenda has a reach in indoctrination. So I think we need to build this now. We need to all come together. We need to sort our differences out, and we need to put our heads together because we have great people within this movement.
There is great people.
Expertise. So and I think that is happening. So I have a lot of hope, even though we're losing this battle a little bit on the ground. I have a lot of hope for 2025 that we will make strides.
Anthony, I think you have a good future in this, and I mean, we don't have to agree on everything, but I like the way you put yourself across. You look very respectable, presentable, and you speak in a kind of a respectable tone. And I think we need more people like you. So well done, Anthony.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Yeah, we'll talk again. Yeah.
Can I have a quick word with you?